This topic is one that I think many people suffer with. Some do not even know that they're suffering with it, which is why I want to cover everything. I'm starting from the beginning, talking about what it really is, how to know if you really have one, that's imposter syndrome, and how you can work on it. I have written all of my thoughts down into a book because I don't want to forget any of my points. So sit back and let us talk about imposter syndrome. Now, what exactly is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is a persistent feeling, and the word persistent is very, very important in this definition because imposter syndrome is not a one off thing. It is that persistent, that continuous feeling that you keep having that you are not good enough. When you think that all that you have accomplished, all that you have is due to luck, is due to maybe one viral post that just made you someone that is in everyone's face, and you constantly doubt yourself that what if you didn't have that one viral post? What if this? What if that? You constantly doubt yourself. You constantly think that everything that you have accomplished is as a result of an external factor and not yourself. So if you find yourself struggling with this, having self-doubt, continuous self-doubt, and thinking that you're not really worth it, you, my friend, have imposter syndrome. I'm sorry to bring it to you. You're not sorry. It's best that you know what it is so you know how to work on it. So that is what imposter syndrome is. So let's quickly delve into the signs. I know that I have mentioned some of the signs, but I have a list. I have about 5 signs that I have written down that would help you identify if you do have imposter syndrome. Number 1 is constant doubt. No matter what it is that you have accomplished, no matter what it is that you have done, if you still keep doubting yourself, if you continuously doubt yourself and do not think that you're capable and do not think that all that you've done is as a result of the hard work that you've put into it, that is one sign of imposter syndrome. Number 2, and this second point is another topic on its own. I'm going to make a video talking about this. So the second point is comparing yourself to others. I want you to know that you have a totally different path from everyone else in this world. It may look like similar path, it may look like you and someone have the same goals, and you're comparing yourself with that person because you know that, oh, both of you have the same end goal, maybe become a data analyst, right? But there are many things that you would need to do to get to that point, and you and that person may not have the same path or may not take the same path. If you find yourself comparing yourself to others, comparing yourself to people that you can see that are visibly growing, people that you can see that are successful, especially on the internet. We compare ourselves to people that we see on the internet, social media. Oh, they're our age mates and they've done all of this, and you are so age and you haven't done half of what they've done. Do not compare yourself with others. You have a totally different journey and a totally different path that will take you to where you want to be, and it might just take longer for you. So don't beat yourself too much about it. The only person that you should be comparing yourself with is yourself. Compare your now self with yourself of 6 months ago and see the progress that you've made. You will be amazed at how far you have come. You give yourself much more credit than comparing yourself to someone else with a totally different path than yours. Number 3, and I used to struggle with this a lot, not being able to accept compliments. Yes, I know. It's easy to just say, oh, thank you. When someone compliments you and then you think deep about it and feel like, well, that person does not know that you don't really deserve it, or you haven't put as much effort as others have to get what you have gotten, and then they're complimenting you. They shouldn't have been complimenting you because you didn't do all of this. You're overthinking it. My dear, accept the compliments. So if you find yourself struggling to accept compliments, you may just be suffering from imposter syndrome. Accept it. See yourself as deserving of it. I said something about virality. Sometimes it might not be, most people that go viral, it's not usually on their first post. They have been consistently putting out videos and posts, but one just blew and people followed them as a result of it. So if you want to think about it, you might say, oh, that person is lucky. It's just one video that made everybody know them. But it goes beyond that. There's a lot of work that had been put into it. People click on your profile and see that you don't just have that one video, you have other videos. And they want to follow, they start liking the other ones. As much as virality is not sustainable, you can term it as a result of consistency over the years or over the months or over how many period of time that you have been doing that in. So learn to accept compliments, learn to believe that you are deserving of every good thing that comes your way. The fourth sign is feeling unqualified. Let me tell you a story. When I was in 300 level, I was handed over to as the General Secretary of TREM Campus Fellowship. Now, let me tell you how I got there. In 200 level, I gained admission into the university. You all know the story. You can check my previous videos to see the struggles. So I didn't have to do 100 level because I entered university through A levels. So I started my actual university education in 200 level. Now, I was attending a fellowship called TREM Campus Fellowship. And TREM is my church from back home, so it was just, I already knew the fellowship that I wanted to attend. I'd already started making research even before I got admission into the university, so that was a no-brainer for me. It was going to be TREM Campus Fellowship or nothing. Or nothing. So that was how I started attending TREM Campus Fellowship, and I was in 200 level. Now, after 200 level, just at the end of 200 level, there's usually a handover ceremony every end of the session, right? When that handing over ceremony came, I was handed over to as the General Secretary. Being the General Secretary of a campus fellowship means that you are the third in command in the fellowship, because there's the president, there is the vice president, and there is the General Secretary, and the other positions that comes after that. That felt like a very big position to have been handed over to me on my first handover ceremony with the campus, because people don't just get to General Secretary before maybe being the follow-up secretary, or there are other positions that you would have maybe started getting experience from before you become the General Secretary or the Vice President or the President of the Fellowship, right? So I kept doubting myself. I remember speaking to Pastor Victor. I was like, Pastor Victor, I don't think I can do this. I don't think that I'm capable. I don't think that this. I don't think that. And I just disqualified myself. I just felt like maybe they gave that position to me because I was attending TREM from Nigeria. No, sorry, from Lagos. Nigeria. My school was in Nigeria, so I was attending TREM from Lagos. Maybe that's why they gave it to me, knowing that, oh, this girl is not going anywhere. She's a TREM rooted member. But I wasn't the only one who was attending TREM from home before coming to the university. But I didn't think about all of that. I just kept thinking about all the things that made it look like I was just lucky to get that position. But boy, I wasn't lucky. I wasn't. It was my heart they saw. It was my consistency in coming to services that they saw. It was my service that they saw that made them believe that I was capable of being a leader in that position. And did I do well? I think I did. So always feeling unqualified and disqualifying yourself from something even before you start it can be a sign of imposter syndrome. And the last but not the least, but the last on my own list, is perfectionism. That's already explanatory by itself. Being a perfectionist, wanting to just be perfect at everything you do, not wanting to see any flaws, just always wanting everything to go prim and proper, not wanting to fail at anything because you feel like failing would make you think that you do not even know it at all. Failure is part of the process. You have to embrace it. You cannot be perfect. Unfortunately or fortunately, you cannot be perfect. Even the people that we look so highly up to are not perfect. They know it. So you should also know it for yourself that you are not perfect. Everyone has that one thing that makes them short of perfect. And you need to know this, because if you constantly strive for perfectionism, you could just be suffering with imposter syndrome. Now, why does it happen? Why do you find yourself dealing with imposter syndrome? I have 3 points for this. I'm going to run through them very quickly. The first one is starting new at something. When you're a newbie, you're a newbie. No one expects you to know it all. So when you're a newbie and you are just growing in that new role, or growing in that new position, or growing in that new thing that you are doing, and people compliment you for your growth journey even though you haven't gotten there yet, don't always feel like you are new and you shouldn't be complimented, or you shouldn't have done certain things because you're new, or maybe getting that thing done could only be because you had help from maybe someone else. Or don't overthink anything, okay? Being new doesn't mean that you do not know what you're doing. The second is lack of experience. Lack of experience is similar to starting new at something. Lack of experience does not mean that you have imposter syndrome. And high expectations. Boy, girl, stop having unrealistic expectations. I think that's what it should be, not high expectations. Everyone can have high expectations, but unrealistic expectations, please don't have it, because that is a problem on its own, and that would make you feel like you have imposter syndrome. Now, how to overcome it? The first thing you need to do is you need to acknowledge it. You need to own it. You need to, first of all, identify and accept that you really have it. Right? It's not something that you should be ashamed of. It's something that you need to own for you to, well, not necessarily own, like accept it and be happy with it, but acknowledge it. Yeah, that's the word. Acknowledge it. Then the second thing you need to do is track your wins. Everything that you have accomplished, everything that you have done, track it, write it down, so that when that big breakthrough comes, you look back and see how far you have come. You see all that you have done to get to where you are, and that helps you overcome imposter syndrome. Number 3, I've talked about this earlier. Stop the comparison and only compare yourself with yourself. You are your only competition. You can take inspiration from people. Yeah, you can be inspired by what people have done, but do not let them be the yardstick. Only compare yourself with yourself of 6 months ago, or 5 months ago, even of yesterday. Always strive to be better every single day, and compare yourself with that previous you. Another thing you need to do to overcome it is talk to someone about it. Don't bottle it in. Don't just always think that you can find solutions by yourself. You have to talk about it. The problem shared is half solved. That's what they say, right? So you have to always talk about it. And I'm not saying that you should not keep certain parts of your life private, but for the most part of it, imposter syndrome is something you need to share with others. You need to talk about it for you to be able to get help. So please talk about it, and that would help you. And I'll end with this: do not let imposter syndrome convince you to quit what you haven't started. Think about it, and see you in my next video.